Okay, so now we're going to talk about the initial site visit checklist. This is your guide to what to do when you get on site with the client for that initial site visit. So you've got your cover page filled out, you've had your initial call, you've set up a date and time, now you show up on site, okay? Obviously, first thing we want to do before you show up, you want to verify that the fee's been paid and the contract's been signed. Typically, I like to do that. I tell them I need it the day before because I don't want to schedule and then bump my schedule around. So want to verify that the fee's been paid and the contract's been signed. Okay, so when we get there, the first thing we're going to do, I always like to go in a certain order, and I know as a home inspector, you guys like to go in a certain order. So some folks like to take a picture of the front of the house first, and then walk all the way around it, then start in the foyer and go right to left, or front to back, or top to bottom, or however they want to do it. Just come up with an order in which you want to do things. I always start with a picture of the front of the house, okay? And then I like to go all four sides just to get my bearings of what the property looks like. As I'm going around that house, I'm taking pictures of anything that I see that could be of concern, just to get a good outdoor view of this thing. And then obviously we're going to take our pictures inside. More pictures are better. I'd like to get pictures of each and every room. That way we can see, what's in each room, and we've got a good reference point, and we give the lender a really good view of what this project started as. I mean, it could be a total train wreck, or it could be awesome and doesn't need much, but take the pictures, the good, the bad, the ugly, just document it all. Each room, each side of the house, everything that you see, and we're going to upload that into the initial site visit folder. We're going to show you how to do that on a different training as far as how you use the Drive and then how you use the portal. But the pictures will go into Drive. All the folders will already be set up for you, so it's pretty simple. You just got to find your folder, or your client, find your folder. It's going to be the initial site visit folder. You dump all the pictures in, okay? Then we do videos. I shoot videos for two different reasons. There's marketing videos, and then there's videos that explain to the lender, the contractor, and us what is going to happen. So I like to shoot video and just talk. If let's say they're going to rip a wall out, I like to shoot a video of the wall. I use my finger and I kind of try to put it in the video and say, hey, they're going to move this wall. This is what's happening, and just talk through it as if you're trying to explain it to somebody who's never ever going to show up at that site. What the heck's going to happen? Same thing with the kitchen. Hey, we're going to remove these cabinets, we're going to remove this bulkhead, we're going to put in an island, we're going to put a patio door in. Just talk through what's going to happen. That gives everybody a real good handle on what the client wants to happen. The other thing is, and we'll dive into this more for the bidding software, but those videos are going to be very, very valuable to help the client and the contractor bid quickly. So what we don't want to do is have the contractor show up if they don't have a contractor, and then try to be like, what do you want? Okay, what are you talking about? What about this? What about that? If we give them the videos and we've already had that conversation, then the contractor can go fairly quickly. They understand what they're getting into. They can watch those videos, look at the pictures, look at the scope of work, look at all those things before they even get there. And the name of the game here is speed. The faster we can get all of this data to the lender, to the contractor, to everybody who needs it in the proper manner, the faster everyone can do their job, okay? And we want to be the fastest. We want to be very accurate, but if we do this checklist line by line, piece by piece, and get everything in order, you're going to be fast and you're going to be accurate. It's going to be better than anybody else in the industry, and the data is going to be correct. You're never going to have to go back, and you just have everything you need the first time. Okay. Now, if there's no bid in hand, okay, this is where the site visit gets a little bit different. If the client does not have the contractor, then it's even more critical that you shoot the pictures and the videos and the explanation. If the client has a contract or has a contractor and already has a contract signed, just shoot the videos of anything that's it's kind of a major deal. Like if they're adding a room addition, for example, or knocking out a wall, you'd want to do that. You don't need to shoot video of, hey, they're getting all new carpet in here and they're getting all new paint. You don't need to do that. But if they don't have a contractor, they don't have a bid, then yes, you do want to talk through each room on the video. So if you're standing in the living room, you're going to say, okay, they want paint, they want flooring, they want trim, they want a new window in this living room. So that way you can isolate that video to that room, so anybody who's going to bid that project can see that that's the living room. They wanted flooring, they wanted paint, and they wanted a new window. Okay, so it's very critical that we provide the data to the system. Once you dump it in, we take care of it, but get it all in there, so that way if it's needed, we have it and we can disperse it to whoever needs it. Okay, then we also have estimating software. You're going to get trained on this, but what this does for you is it gives you the ability to quickly estimate this project, and you don't really have to know very much about construction at all. If you can do basic measurements, you can click on pictures, you can use drop-down menus. It's really simple, and it's an awesome tool. And just bear in mind, HUD consultants and consultants, they're supposed to do a bid. They're supposed to come up with some sort of value so everybody knows what this should cost. The problem in the industry right now is most consultants are lazy, and if there's a bid in hand, they don't do any of this. And if there's no bid in hand, they don't even bid it. They just wait for the contractor to bid. So we are different. We're better. We're following the rules. We're doing everything by the book. And this estimating software that we've created for you is awesome. It's easy to use, and it's going to give you an accurate way to put a price on this project without having to go home and spend hours bidding and things like that. This is super simple. And then what we want to do is we want to collect any drawings and take measurements. So if you're in that living room like we talked about and you measure it's 12 by 15, you'll put that in the software. This room's 12 by 15. You know, how many windows, how many doors, how tall are the ceilings? If you put all that basic information in, the system will calculate the flooring cost for you. It'll calculate the painting cost for you. So all you really have to do is know how to measure. And then if there's a bid already and the contractor's provided drawings, then you just review the drawings. You know, if they're doing a new kitchen, look at the kitchen drawings. If they're doing a room addition, you want to know, well, how big is this thing? What size is it? And you'll be surprised. You'll show up to job sites on these initials, and they're going to be doing a $200,000 renovation, a room addition, all kinds of stuff, and they don't have drawings. So what you want to do is just do a quick sketch. What is going to be built here? Hopefully the contractor's labeled it properly, and gives you a good idea of what is going on. If there's drawings, it's even better. Okay, and then the next step, marketing content. So as you're there doing the initial consult, you also are gathering marketing content. So the pictures that you're taking, if you take them from the same angle every time, we're going to have before, during, and after pictures. Same thing with videos. If you're knocking out a wall, you'll say, hey, this wall is going away. It's going to disappear. Then the next time you go there and the wall's gone, you say, hey, here's that wall is gone. Remember that wall. And then what happens is all that data goes into the drive. And then the marketing department, what they're going to do is they're going to compile a video, and we'll show you samples of those videos. But they're going to go before, during, and after and kind of walk people through there and going to create some marketing content. So this will be a little bit more training when you do your field training, and you'll get to see that in action when your mentor's training you on site. You're going to also have some videos to watch of how we do this, but gathering that marketing content is huge for us. It helps us build that content, and you're already on site, so go ahead and get all that for us. If there's a bid, you're going to review the bid and drawings. You're just looking to make sure, you know, nothing's missing. If they're building a room addition, you know, where's the foundation? Is there a roof? Is there siding? You know, is there insulation? Is there mechanicals? So you have to know construction enough to know if you're missing something. When you're using the estimating software, though, it's going to help you kind of think like a builder. You know, what's going to be here? What's missing? Are all the pieces and parts included in the bid? And a lot of contractors, they're going to bid, I'm going to call it vague. They're going to get like kitchen remodel. Well, that doesn't really tell you much. So what you want to do is dive into that. What does that mean? Are you doing cabinets? What kind? Are you doing countertops? What kind? Are you doing flooring? Are you doing paint? Are you doing trim? By asking those questions, if the bid is vague, you can at least understand what the client thinks they're buying. And then you can help the contractor tidy up his bid. And we've got videos that we send to the contractor that explains to them how we want this bid, the detail, the room by room, the line by line, in the description. So it's very important you understand it. Sometimes you have a bid, sometimes you don't have a bid. Your process is kind of the same, except you're going to gather a lot more data when there's no bid, because we want to be able to get that data to the contractor. And then we're going to review any inspection report. So if you are doing the home inspection, well, that's pretty simple. You know everything that would be on the report. If there is already an inspection done, you want to review that report, because we don't climb on the roofs and fire up the furnaces and get in the crawl space and all of that stuff that a normal home inspector does. So what we want to do is read that report, review it really quickly, make sure we're not missing any major items like, was there mold in the attic, or was the foundation falling down? Basically, we want to know those things. And then you're going to review the property for FHA minimum property standards. What I like to do is go through the property and I take pictures of everything that is a problem. Okay, so I like to do that because we document it, and then we can say if we're in the kitchen, the faucet's not working, or the flooring's bad, or whatever. So now when you start building out that FHA minimum property standards list, you've got a list and you've got pictures. We're also introducing some sort of digital imaging. So we'll train you on that too, but basically it's a system on your phone. You can 3D the room and it'll give you measurements and everything, and then you've got a really good piece of data that we can give to a contractor so they can see exactly, just like if they were standing in the room. It basically digitally images the room and measures it at the same time. So it's really a cool thing. It could help the contractors bid much quicker and more accurately. We also have yard signs. That is just promoting, our services. We like to put the yard sign in. It just basically gives the client some data, or anyone driving by, that this house is getting renovated using the Makeover mortgage process. And then another thing that's required is what's called the property or the project summary. Okay, what this is just a Cliff Notes version of what's happening. And we're going to show you that on the portal. But basically, let's say they're doing a room addition, a kitchen remodel, and a new roof. You would just say, hey, this project consists of a room addition, a kitchen remodel, and a new roof. It's really simple, just a quick project summary, because that goes in the report. And if you put it in the portal, which you'll learn how to do that, and in the certain section, when you're filling out the data after the site visit's complete, all of that data goes into the system, and then we take that and put it in the report for you, so you don't have to worry about it, but we need the summary so we can get it in the report. And then the last step is just submitting all this data using the portal. If you've dumped your videos, your photos, all of that stuff into Drive, and then you go to the portal and you fill it out and you hit submit, you're good to go. We take the ball and run with it from there. We start packaging everything up. If they need a contractor, we'll make some introductions. If the bid's kind of messed up, we'll help the contractor get that in order. So you're basically just providing all of the data and using the submit portal to go ahead and submit that to us. So that's really the initial site visit checklist. So if you follow that when you get on site, this is all going to become second nature, but follow your checklist. The first 50 you do, just follow the checklist. I always follow the checklist just because I don't want to miss anything. But once you do that, you follow it, get everything loaded up, follow it piece by piece, step by step, and you use the portal, get it in the portal, you're in good shape. So the next video, we're going to talk about the client education on site, how we kind of prep the client for what to expect, what's coming down the pipe.